So the skills what you need is more from either consumer durable or FMCG.
Correct.
From that perspective. So you need to pull out those kind of people. Similarly, manufacturing, if it is going more high tech, then obviously we may pick up from some other place. So that transformation happens depending on the type of percentage of growth you have and the percentage of growth of talent available in the same industry, and what practices you are pulling up from other industry into yours. So that's a way retail picked up talent from everywhere. So that's what we have been doing, I think, and that's all.
No, that's very true. The question here is, from your own industry, your recruitment team can do a good job. When you have to move outside, and then that's when consultants really come in. You know, when you've got to sell a job to a guy who's never sold a tire in his life, and he thinks tires, you know, he's got a different view about it, and then you sell him the dynamics. So that's, the question is, are you looking at that space and nurturing consultants for that?
See, for us, our 75% hiring happens through consultants. So 25% through reference and few other things.
Yeah.
So we have been actively doing the last 4-5 years like that only.
I think it's very difficult to say that from consultant or internal, because position, it depends on position to position. Because lower level position, maybe HR team is capable, but some of the area where we need really specialists, and there are very few in the market, maybe HR tapping that, those candidates may be difficult. So probably then we go to the consultant.
So that's exactly my point. You know, when you need to look for talent because of various reasons, that's when consultants come in. Now the point here is, are you going to go to consultants at that stage, or do you see consultants as forming a definite part of your future plans of recruitment, as a result of which you're nurturing those relationships from today? That's the question, because it's a strategic decision for us. Does one invest in a relationship with your company? Not if you're only going to look at me 1 year, 3 years, 4 years from today when you're stuck, right? If we're going to be partners with you from now, maybe on a small scale and then expanding later, we'd like to invest in it. Otherwise, we'll deal with it transactionally when it comes. That's the concept here.
Aarti, the other point similarly, and you're finding the numbers, you're not even developing the external market. And at a point of time when when you meet the people, there aren't people who are ready-made. Then we start branding the employer, like he said. Go to people outside the industry and say, it's actually a good industry, this is the growth rate, this is how you will go and stuff like that. It probably makes more sense to invest in that right now in a small way and start broad-basing the population that you look at. So it's not just that, I heard Amandeep say that, in support functions or in marketing or in finance, we can probably look at people across the industry. My guess is that you could probably do it in other functions as long as you have the ability to reskill them. But that's something the company is to invest in. So,
the short question to your answer, the relationship with the recruitment firms cannot be transactional.
Yeah, it should not be. Ideally, it should never be.
That's my view, right? And Shailja and I have worked together for the last 6 years. Even if we have not been doing business, there has been a relationship continuity with the firm.
Sure,
right?
Absolutely.
And my recruitment vertical is headed by a director who worked with her. So that relationship has been so intense, right?
That's exactly the point. It has to be. And the other thing is, when there are cost pressures, it's one thing. Then it's like all hands on board.
But Donnie, I'll tell you their perspective. A lot of times I hear a lot of people saying that जब काम होता है तो हमारे पास आ जाते हैं. Then they want to invest in the relationship. जब काम नहीं होता है तो कोई investing नहीं करता है, कोई मिलने भी नहीं आता है. When times are tough, where are you guys? Can't you give 1 or 2 reference? I mean, that's how you build the relationship. But then you give some references. Listen, I found a good guy, no commercial thing. In case you want to hire him, go ahead. The whole point of building the relationship is to be there also in the tough times.
Sure.
When you're there in the tough times, in the good times, you will be reaping the rewards.
True. Yeah. So I was just coming to one last point, which is that pressures. If even as a strategy you want to minimize, or you have an internal referral, which is an employee who speaks well about you, that's fine. But as long as you maintain a basic principle of may the best man get the job. I have 4 sources, let all 4 work, and may the best man get the job. As long as that and all of them are fair, and we don't say first we'll look at referrals, then we'll look at this, then finally we'll come to the guy whom we've got to pay. Because in the long run, it's actually sapping the caliber of the organization. If cost is not a pressure, then let the best man win, let all sources come, because that's a challenge for us also. We get a bar to beat, So that's basically what I was trying to check. If that's a relationship, then it's a partnership, and it's not transactional anymore. And then it doesn't matter. I mean,
I think we all are in the market, and we all have to work together, and we cannot be part.
Yeah.
Wherever it is required.
Very humbly, I want to say, what I have found with my 10 years of experience in recruitment, being an engineer, is in the oil and gas industry, if a person is not there on the job for one particular day, the loss is $1,750 for the project. If you imagine Reliance Petrochemical, billions of dollars, the person is not there per day cost. Whereas what I found is that we're trying to save money on the consultant's fee, which is 8.83, 10%, but not realizing the billions of dollars invested in the project.
Talking
The
the wrong
person is not
No,
there.
no, he's not.
You're talking to the wrong guy.
The person is not there on time. You know, if your own internal HR takes 15 days extra to place the person, or 1 month extra, the kind of money we are losing is far higher, 10 to 20 times higher than the small fee which you pay to the consultant.
Here I want to say.
This I found across Indian companies, except Reliance. They have never understood.
I think this is the same problem probably, I don't know about other people, we as an industry, we also face. Because we also expect something from the consultant. First of all, quality, delivery. And sometimes what is happening, we are hiring at the higher positions through the consultant. But at the last moment, the person is not coming.
No, RTGS,
So
that comes after you give the job to the consultant. I'm talking about
That's why I'm
you
saying,
have a
that's why I'm
position.
saying,
No,
so
you-
how much we are losing on that part also. There are two areas. One is you are for us, but at the same time, the person is already there, he's not joining. We are having a lot of time loss, quality loss, work loss. So if we are working together, we need to understand each other. It's not 8.3% or 10%. Probably companies are not considering that. As a HR person, I think I first of all I want to see my organization. What is the need? If it is required, I'll even spend 30%. So I think that's a relationship. You need to understand it.
I'm taking down when it becomes impossible. Yesterday I had a meeting with an Italian guy. He is ready to give me 1 month, double the fees. To find the person. That means if I'm getting 12% from him, he will give me 12% if I close the position in 1 month. He gives me 75% of that 12% if I close it in 6 weeks, and 50% if I close it in 8 weeks. I mean, why that situation? Because you try yourself